Hey guys, this is Logos from Critical Gameware, and today I'm going to be showing you how to set up the child blueprints for the weapon equip system. The child blueprints will allow you to add your own weapons to this system and start selecting them. Firstly, jump over to the Blueprints tab and select Create New Class Blueprint. Once we get in here, we want to type in the search field and type in Weapon. Here you will see the Weapon Parent Blueprint. Now, the weapons are going to be children of the weapon parent blueprint, which means that these children will inherit all the values that are in the weapon parent blueprint. So click on the weapon parent blueprint and then click select. This will be put in the blueprints folder, and I'm going to call this weapon_3BP for blueprint and select OK. So now you have your blueprint that you'll be working with for your weapon. As you can see, its parent class is the weapon parent blueprint, and therefore it's inherited these defaults right here, which is what we'll work with. I'm going to be creating a spear today, so I'm going to call this spear. The weapon texture is a texture that will show up on the HUD. Now you can import your own textures, and there are textures included with this package, so I'm going to be selecting one of those. I'm going to use the default spear image. The weapon class will be the weapon blueprint that you have just created, so I type in weapon and make the weapon class weapon3 blueprint. In the weapon slot, this is where you tell the array to look for this weapon. So I'll jump over to my character just to show you how this works. So in the my character blueprint is the logic for the array for the weapons. So here I press keystroke 1 and it looks in, sorry, let me correct that. It looks in the array spot 0. When I press keystroke 2, it looks in array spot number 1, keystroke 3, it looks in array spot number 2. Because an array goes from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So the spear I want to be at keystroke 3, so I want to look at selected weapon number 2 in the array. So hook this up, keystroke 3 to set selected weapon number 2. If this is not connected, hook this up as well to the branch. And that is all ready to go. Compile that. Jump back over to the weapon 3 blueprint, and as we were just saying, I want this to sit at keystroke number 3, so I look in weapon slot number 2. Compile that. Jump over to components. Here is where you define the actual asset for the weapon, so whether this is a gun or a medieval weapon, it doesn't matter as long as it's a mesh that can get attached to the character. So I'm using some meshes from the elemental demonstration that Epic put together. So jump into this folder here and click on meshes. Here you can see the spear. I drag and drop that in, and there you go, that's your weapon mesh ready to go. You can just scale them up a touch. Compile that, and your blueprint is ready. So now, to enable this blueprint to be picked up, we have to put some logic in the world. So as you can see, there are some trigger boxes, and that tells us when the character is overlapping those trigger boxes. And so when when a character will overlap a trigger box, that's when a weapon will be picked up. So jump over to the Objects tab here, into Basic, and you'll find trigger box. Place this in the world, and scale them up as you need. And there we go, here's our trigger box. And you also want the spear in this world as well. So jump over to Blueprints. Here you'll find the Weapon 3 blueprint that you've just created. Drag and drop him into the trigger box so you can see where the weapon is. Now, with the trigger box selected, jump into the level blueprint, and this is where we will tell the My Character blueprint which weapon has been picked up. So because we have the trigger box selected, we will right click, and you'll see these options for the trigger box. Jump under Add Event and Collision, and add on actor begin overlap. This means that when the character overlaps with this trigger box, the function will be called. Drag out from this, and type in weapon received. There you go. So it's an interface message that will be fired from the level blueprint, and will tell the weapon blueprint, the My Character blueprint, which weapon has been picked up. And here is where we define the weapon. So when we overlap with this trigger box, we want the spear to be picked up, which is listed as the weapon 3 blueprint, which we just created. So select that, hook up the target to my character, get player character. Now we want to destroy both the spear and the trigger box once this has been picked up, so just drag out from here and type in destroy and you'll find destroy actor. Because the trigger box is already selected, it's linked that up already, and we'll also jump out, select the spear blueprint, right click, add reference to weapon 3 blueprint, and hook that up as well to the target. This will destroy both the trigger box and the weapon 3 blueprint when we overlap with that trigger box. Compile that, and now we'll jump out and test it. So I run over, pick up the weapons in order so you can set up the array properly. And here we go, weapon number 3 is my spear. There you go, he's picked up. I press keystroke 3 and I have the weapon in my hand and the texture displayed as well. And of course I can scroll through, or I can press the number keys to select these weapons and hold R to sheath. So there you go, your weapon is set up and ready to go. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.